Hey there everyone, it's Glenn Destruction. So a few days ago we had Alien Day. Now I was going to go ahead and record this video before then, but then I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and let Alien Day just kind of happen and see what news kind of trickles through. And really we didn't get a lot of groundbreaking news, however there was a few new things with Alien Earth and some new merchandise that was coming out along the way. In particular, this announcement was regarding the Alien Romulus suspended lab Xenomorph. Now, personally, I love the idea of this action figure. I honestly didn't think they were going to do it, but here it is. It's coming out Q3. Whether you, the buyer, wants it, well, that's totally up to what you want. Some people just want a standard action figure. This might be something that's going to excel more along the lines of people that create dioramas, or people that just thought that was a really cool idea of an action figure because personally, I think it's badass, and I can't wait to bring it into my collection. I did expect my wallet to take a bigger hit, and I kept on kind of waiting and thinking, maybe there's going to be an Alien Romulus offspring alien. But by the time maybe about 1 o'clock hit, I thought, you know what? If it hasn't shown up yet, then what are they waiting for? Hopefully that's something that's going to happen down the line. I really don't want Neca to just not do an Alien Romulus offspring action figure, even if that is a character that is a little polarized. Some people love it, some people hate it. I personally think it's crazy as f***, and I want it in my collection. Aside from that, Hulu and Disney and Fox continue to tease us with Alien Earth, which is one of the main two topics that I've been wanting to cover in this video. Now, when Alien Earth debuted initially, I wanted to do a reaction video, but I'm gonna be honest guys, there really isn't much to react to, honestly. A lot of these teaser trailers have been extremely subtle with very little details or context. We have a general premises of a space vessel that has crash landed on Earth. The series will take place in 2120, so 2 years before Alien, but after the events of Prometheus and Alien Covenant. And as of the day I'm recording this, we got the names of the episodes as follows: Neverland, Mr. October, Metamorphosis, Observation, Emergence, The Fly, In Space, No One, The Real Monsters. And with that information available, all we can do is speculate. Now, I'll say this, when I first heard that they were going to go ahead and set out on Earth, I was extremely skeptic. But then I thought, you know what, it'll be okay as long as it's in the future. Because really, I believe the Alien series just excels in terms of imagination when it's set in the future. Now, I'll go ahead and give Alien vs. Predator 2004 props for what it was trying to do, but really, I never want to see a Xenomorph running around on a modern day Earth. And if you asked me if I wanted to see hordes of Xenomorphs running all over modern LA or New York City, my answer would be no. Now, bringing a Xenomorph to Earth isn't something that's exactly new. It's been pitched before. In fact, the teaser trailer for Alien 3 actually kind of misled us a little bit. But here we are, it's gonna happen, and we're bringing a Xenomorph to Earth. As I've said, the teasers have been subtle. The initial teaser actually made me think of the intro videos from the Alien vs. Predator Gold Edition. During the Chiefs vs. Bills AFC Championship, we were showing the Containment Breach trailer with a ship bracing for impact. The general promotion for Alien Earth has been subtle and clever, to the point to where I actually love it. In fact, I loved the Mother Earth is expecting marketing. That was simple and genius. And then the simple marketing got better on Earth Day, with a brand new Alien Earth teaser, which basically is a trailer that comes off like any National Geographic documentary. I didn't really take much from this ad other than, was that Neil deGrasse Tyson's voice? Like, maybe I'm crazy, but that sounds a tad like it. And I can't find any confirmation as to whether it is or not. And maybe I'm just thinking that because literally the day before I watched that trailer, I was watching the Neil Tyson interview with Katy Perry right off the heels of Katy getting dramatic, kissing the dirt like she just survived a Xenomorph attack. Katy Perry squished the roach, and now she thinks she's in the Corner Marine Corps. Alien Day comes around, and we get this very well edited and crafted gestation ad, featuring the gestation process and a ship that seems very similar to the Nostromo with the aesthetic of the original film. Another ad titled Crate gets even more intriguing, stating we have 5 different life forms. And the Xenomorph isn't even one of the life forms in the crate, that's the great part. At this point, we're really getting into the meat of Alien Earth, and we'll just have to take it episode by episode. But if we're really getting 5 other life forms, it really makes you kind of wonder what kind of hell is going to be unleashed on Earth. We have no exact premiere, we just know summer of 2025. Now, nearly about a week ago, Predator Badlands unveiled the teaser trailer for the movie. And I've got to say, even though this was a teaser, it implied so much. Like, I have seen so many polarizing, positive, and negative opinions. However, though, for me, I will get this trailer and I kind of think, there's a lot here. Like, I mean, there's a lot of potential in this movie. It's just that We've got to hope this movie goes over the right way. So haven't given my full opinion on Instagram about this trailer, but I'll say this, I'm not feeling nervous about this movie. For starts, we open up with a trophy case. We have a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull, gorilla, human spine and skull. Maybe is that a space engineer skull? And what the hell is that? This has been the skull of much debate, and most people point towards Independence Day. However, the counter argument is no, this is the Martians from War of the Worlds. Okay, so to be clear, I'm personally on the Independence Day side of this Easter egg because 20th Century Fox owns both the Predator and Independence Day IPs. But in defense of the people that still say War of the Worlds, I will say we've seen some cases where, say, when E.T. appeared in the Star Wars, or even when ARC-2 appeared in Star Trek in 2009. I just can't make sense of why Fox would not use their own IP. And plus, I'm positive that skull has no mouth. But it is kinda hard to tell because of the lighting. Wherever you personally stand in the argument of this, I've gotta say, hey, that's cool with me. I'm open to any arguments or debates when it comes to this subject, and really it doesn't really matter to me because I think it would be awesome if it was either or, because I love Independence Day, and War of the Worlds was a movie that actually terrified me when I was a kid. Now, what we can go ahead and say about this movie is based on the trailer, there is a lot of potential to go into new territories and grounds for this film that have not been seen in a Predator feature film. All past Predator films have took place at the time the movie was released, with the exception of Predator 2, which took place in '97. We have no clarity in the exact year, but this isn't Earth, it's a dystopian future, and we have a Predator protagonist. And move along and we see this. I want to be clear, I didn't catch this at first, but then it hit me. Look familiar? Yes sir, this is definitely not an Easter egg. It's bluntly interfaced in part of the central plot. Ella Fanning's character is a Weyland-Yutani synthetic with the same Weyland eye markings as we saw out of Andy in Alien Romulus. Plus, down the line, right before we see the giant creature jump out, you see it. Now odds are we're working towards a new Alien vs Predator film set in the future, not on Earth, as it always should have been in the first place. The best part about this film centralizing around a Predator protagonist is we have a chance to build this Predator's character in this film entirely, rather than kill him off like every other film has done near the end. But if he survives, we can move him into a future AVP film. Some serious character development can be done turning this guy into a full-blown warrior. We know he's a young Predator attempting to prove himself. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and admit the truth about how I felt about the Predator first time I saw this trailer. I wasn't feeling this design initially. It's not my personal choice still, but I refuse to condemn this Predator based on the design because I remember I wasn't crazy about the Feral, and I'm still not crazy about him exactly, but his depiction and the way the Feral was presented on screen was just amazing and badass. And in short, we have hardly seen too much about this Predator's character. So it's hard for me to make harsh judgment. I believe in Dan Trachtenberg. If this film can be hit out the ballpark and give the Predator series a new life, then I'm sold. It's as simple as that. We all love the original film, but I'm ready to see a Predator movie open up the doors to the possibilities that the comics and the expanded universe has. I really don't want to see constant callbacks to the older movies. This was one of my major issues with Alien Romulus. You don't need to remind us constantly that we're watching an Alien or Predator film by saying, "Get away from her, you bitch," or something motherfucker, or "Get to the chopper." I'm gonna remain optimistic about this film and its possibilities. And it feels good to know that an AVP movie that we deserve is within our reach. But we gotta see what's in store for this film, and Badlands is leaving a solid first impression with how much potential is exactly in this film. Even dating back to Predator 2, the final battle in the ship, that alone was responsible for showing us how many doors there is for the Predator series to open. About how far throughout the galaxy they've hunted, how long they've been visiting Earth, the Xenomorph skull Easter egg, which is funny because I've actually seen people say, what if this Easter egg turns into the Harvesters joining the AVP universe?
Don't count on it!
Now, this is something I'm not exactly banking on, it's just a simple Easter egg, that's all it is. It's fun, I'll admit that. But if you want to have some fun and kind of talk about things or expand our imagination, let's just say this. But if something like this did happen somehow, some way, I'd prefer the continuity be separated from the two existing Independence Day films. This is due to the fact the timeline will not add up considering Los Angeles was obliterated in '96 and Predator 2 takes place in LA in '97. Regardless, here's the facts. Alien Romulus dropped last year, we have Alien Earth on the way, Predator Badlands, and let's not forget, Predator Killer of Killers is on the way, scheduled for June 6th to kick off this epic year for the Alien and Predator fans. I'm fully aware of the arguments being said for Predator Badlands, the good, the bad. I'm just hoping this movie isn't fumbled. And that's all I've got to say, and I want to hear your thoughts on this topic. And if you're interested, check out my other content. If you enjoy Godzilla or Jurassic Park, I've got plenty for you. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you around.